All right, today we are starting it's not a new concept, it's a concept remixed. We're talking about lines of equations, and they're called systems of equations, systems of linear equations. It is something that we have seen before, but just remixed in a different way. And you will have a rehearse quiz on this tomorrow. You will have a rehearse quiz on this tomorrow, dealing with the vocabulary and knowing how to solve the system of linear equations. Yeah, I won't get to inequalities until next year. All right, so we're gonna go through the notes. This video is not gonna be that long. You're gonna finish the last two problems for your homework to prove that you know what you're talking about and all that good stuff. Okay, so system of linear equations, two or more linear equations. So the reason, this is the first vocabulary that you'll see on your test tomorrow. The reason why we use the word system, the reason why, hold up, all right. Okay, the reason why we use the word system is because we have two or more linear equations. So the word system is brought into place because we have two or more linear equations. You might want to star that. You might want to say, remember that, because you will see why. You will see that on the quiz tomorrow. I'm going to literally ask you, why do we use the word system? Why is this called a system? And you're going to say, because it's two or more linear equations. All right. The solution to the system is the place where both lines intersect. That is super simple. We have two linear equations. Linear equations are equations that form a line. That's what a linear equation is, an equation that forms a line. So linear forms a line. If I write it, you write it. Forms a line. That's what a linear equation is. Okay. So a system, the solution to the system is the place where both lines intersect. Y'all, that is easy, right? The solution should work for both equations. All right. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane, right? We know the solution to the system is 2, 2, because that's where both lines intersect. That is the definition to the solution, if I can talk, to a system of equation, the place where both lines intersect. You will see that on your rehearse quiz tomorrow. All right. So let's take a trip down memory lane, because it says the solution should work for both equations. So let's remind ourselves. Let's put a 1 here. We're going to call this equation. We'll call this equation. No, call this equation 1. Let's put a 1 there, and let's call this equation 2. All right. So we're going to write the equation of equation 1 from the line, understanding that it's slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So for equation 1, we have a slope, this is equation 1, of up 2 to the right 1. So the slope is 2, right? Rise over run. We have a y-intercept of down 1, 2. This is the y-intercept, circle that. Call that the B, everybody. Remember that. That's the B. The place where the line crosses the y-axis is -2. Therefore, the equation of this line is y equals, let me write this over to the side because I'm going to do something with this equation. So the equation of the line is y equals 2x minus 2. All right. Pick a different color for the other equation. All right, so let's look at the equation of line 2. The equation of line 2. So the slope of line 2 is rise over run. We usually start at the leftmost point, but because we have these lines here, we can clearly see, okay, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So the slope is going to be 1. And where does this line cross the y-axis at? It is crossing right here. This is our B. Let me write a little slower. That is 0. So what's the equation of the line? Math competent people do not write 1x, even though we know it's there. Math competent people will say the equation of this line is y is equal to x, because there's no plus 0. All right. Okay, so make sure you have that down. Now let's talk about what I mean that the solution should work for both equations. So the solution is 2, 2, okay? So the solution is 2, 2. So this is my x and this is my y. When I substitute them into the equation, it should be a true statement. And this is what I'm going to show you. What's my y, everybody? 2. What's my x, everybody? 2. So y, which is 2, is equal to 2 times 2 minus 2. What is 2 times 2? 4. What is 4 minus 2? 2. So this is going to give me 2 equals 2. That is always true, right? What did I do, everybody? I put my y here, and I put my x here. That's all I did. I substituted the y and the x to check to see if this is true. All right, the next one is super easy, all right? Because y is 2, so that's 2, and x is 2. Y is 2, x is 2, so we get 2 is equal to 2, all right? So the solution to 2 works for both equations. And on your test tomorrow, rehearse quiz, I'm literally going to ask you, what should the solution do? You should say the solution should work for both equations. That's what you should say. You should say the solution is where the lines intersect, and the solution should work or make both equations true. You know, that'll be the same thing. All right, so let's review. Why do we have a system? Because we have 2 or more linear equations. That's the reason why we call this a system, because there's more than one. All right, linear equations do what? Form a line. Hint, hint, hint. Linear equations form a line. What's the solution to the system? The place where both lines intersect, or where all lines intersect. And what should the solution do? It should make both equations true. All right, that is where we're starting off. You will see that vocabulary tomorrow. And now let's get to graphing. All right, it says solve the systems of linear equations by graphing. So we're going to graph these. We know when we're graphing, we're going to make our slopes as fractions because it's rise over run. So let's put this over 1. And then the slope is the number with the variable. The y-intercept is the number without the variable. The slope is the number with the variable. That number will be 1 over 1. Let's make that 1 over 1. The y-intercept is the number without the variable. Okay, so we're going to graph these lines. And so we will start at -3 for the first graph. Let me use 2 different colors so that I feel like it's more visual for you all. All right, so this says start at -3, right? Start at -3, 1, 2, 3. And the slope is up 2 over 1. Now I'm going to put several dots on this paper because I don't know where it's going to cross. So I'm going to go forward and I'm going to go backwards. All right, mirror points and forward points because I don't know where it's going to cross. Okay, I'm not going to draw my line yet because I want to figure out where the 2 lines cross. And now I'm going to start at -1 and I'm going up 1 to the right 1. Up 1 to, well, will you look here, everybody? Up 1 to the right 1. What did I just find? All right, the solution to the system. Now I'm gonna draw my line. Draw my line. Will you look here? What did I just find? My lines are pretty straight today. Come on through, Mr. O'Neill. Come on, lines. Come through, lines. All right, find the point of intersection. All right, so everybody, this ain't rise or run. This is where some of y'all gonna get your life tore up because some of y'all want to go up. No, no, ma'am, no, sir. This is X is 2 and Y is 1. Find the point of intersection. The solution to the system is where the lines intersect. So that's the same answer as 2, 1. All right. And if we were to substitute, you do not have to write this down, but if we were to substitute X and Y into the equation, just watch me, you don't have to write this down. If you put 1 here, 1 is equal to 2 times X is 2 minus 3. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. Works. If we would put Y, which is 1 here, is equal to 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 is equal to 1. It works for both equations. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, there may be times to keep graphing. We already know that. That's when I taught this in the past, but y'all know that. We're going to write M and B for all our equations. We're going to write it M and B for all our equations. M as a fraction, B as an integer. All right, so M equals, it's the number with the variable. That's going to be -1 over 1. B is going to be 3. So we start where? At 3, at the y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. We start at 3, and we go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, down 1. We're going to put several dots. We don't know where it's crossing. Several dots. We don't know where it's crossing. Technically, you know, whatever. All right, and now we're going to have our other color. You don't have to have a different color. What is the number with the variable? 1, write it as a fraction. What is the number without the variable for our y-intercept? It's -1. We start at -1. I'm teaching today. Somebody need to come get me. I'm teaching today. Ooh, ding, 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 ding. What did I just find? The place where the lines intersect. What did I just find? The solution. I'm teaching today. That used to be my line virtually. I'm teaching today. All right, so the solution is what? That point is, again, 1, 2, 1. The solution, I'm gonna add a different color. I'll use this highlighter. It's gonna be pretty big, yep. But it gives me a different color, whatever. 2, 1, that's the solution. A highlighter, it's just a marker, ain't it? That thing ain't highlighting nothing. It's covering everything. Maybe just black, whatever. Okay, let's go to the next one. The slope over here is the number with the variable. M is equal to 1/3. B is equal to 3. So where do we start? We start at 3, 1, 2, 3. And we go up 1 to the right, 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 1 to the right, 3. Down 1 to the left, 3. Down 1 to the left, 3. Technically, we can just go ahead and draw this line because there's no point in waiting. Man, look at the straightness. Man, I'm a beast today. I'm teaching. All right, and then we have M is going to be 2/1. B is equal to -2. All right, so we're going to start where? At -2, down 2, and then the slope is up 2 to the right 1, up 1, 2 to the right 1. There's no need to go down here, y'all, because they're going to intersect over here. So no need for doing mirror points. Let's go keep steaming straight ahead. Up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right. Ding, 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 ding. What did I just find? The place where the 2 lines intersect. What is this point? This point is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point is 3. I'm going to go to my little thick little marker. 3, 4. That's the solution to the system. All right, so I'm gonna do one more. I was gonna give these both of y'all, but people always get confused on this one. I just ain't got time for y'all to show up. I didn't get it. I didn't know where they intersected. It make me mad. All right, so the slope is the number with the variable. That number is -4/3. The y-intercept is the number without the variable. The y-intercept would be 0 because there is no number without a variable here. So that number has to be represented by 0. So let's start at 0. And then we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, 1, 2, 3. Can't go down 4 to the right 3 anymore. So we use the mirror point. Now, y'all, please remember the negative goes down. Please don't do that weird stuff. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3. Can't go anymore. So this has to be my line. It's testing my straight skills. Okay, we're getting a little crooked, but y'all get the point. Haters gonna hate. I'm still teaching today. All right. So M is equal to -2/3. B is equal to 2. Where do we start? We start at the y-intercept of 2. 1, 2. And what does this mean? We're going down to the right. Okay. Down 1, 2 to the right. 1, 2, 3. Does it make sense to keep going this way when you know they're not going to intersect? No. Then we use the mirror point. Up 1, 2 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. Look at here, look at here, look at here. What did I just find? The solution. Why did I find the solution? Well, how do I know this is the solution? It's the place where the lines intersect, because the solution is the place, the point where the lines intersect. What is this point? This point is -1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So -3, 4 is that point. -1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here is your homework. Woo-wee, yay. They will cross. If they do not cross, you did it wrong. It is as simple as that. All right, so let's recap for your quiz tomorrow. What are we quizzing on? We're being quizzed on why do we use the word system? Because it's two or more linear equations. What's a linear equation? An equation that forms a line. What is the solution to the system? The place where both lines intersect. What should the solution do? It should make both equations true, or it should work for both equations. What else will you have to do? You will have to graph to find the solution to the system of equations, which is the place where the lines intersect. All right. Y'all, I was teaching today. Like somebody needs to come get me because I'm teaching. All right. So this is Mr. O'Neal with another Beast Mode production. Y'all know this lesson was amazing. just saying. I'm just gonna put it out there. Bye.